Hello Pisces, thank you for joining me. This is your April 2017 astrology reading, and this is for Pisces sun sign, moon sign and rising. So this month I'm just going to give you a bit of a general overview at first because we've got 4 planets going retrograde, and then I'm going to give you some dates to look out for. So we've still got Venus retrograde as we enter the month, and Venus is, you've been looking at what you value, and you've been looking at your money quite a lot. How you make money, are you making enough money, do you have a good relationship with money, you know, where your money's going and how you invest it. And also perhaps also looking at how people value you, how they value you at work, how much money do you earn through your business if you're self-employed. And that's going to be moving into the 3rd, into your 1st house. And so now the focus comes a little bit more onto you and onto relationships and your relationship with yourself, and it's traveling close to Chiron. So if and we've got Neptune in your sign as well, so if there's anything to be healed here and finally left in the past, then this is a really good time to do it. But you're thinking about your relationships and you're a very giving sign, so this is a time to kind of assess, you know, have I been giving too much? Am I too generous? Have I been getting what I need from my relationships? So this is something you'll be thinking about, and that can be on a professional level as well as a personal level. We've also got Mercury going retrograde as well, and Mercury is turning retrograde on the 9th of April, and he'll be retrograde until May the 3rd. And Mercury starts off in your 3rd house of Taurus until the 20th, where he enters your 2nd house. So you're rethinking a lot of things, you're reviewing a lot of things and mulling things over, and I feel like there's a lot going on in terms of, you know, what you do in the world and how you earn money. And I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to be kind of in a way mirroring your Venus retrograde, and you're thinking about what you can do to make more money, you know, and maybe coming up with financial plans. I know I spoke about money quite a lot in the last reading for you, but this is still going on, this energy, but I think there's some really positive breakthroughs that can happen for you this month. And so Mercury goes into that house of your resources, how you use your resources, and that's not just money, you know, but how you use your resources, how you use your energy and your time. And so these are things that are going to be coming under review for you. We have Saturn as well, and that's in your 10th house. That's been there for a little while, and Saturn's going to be going retrograde, and that's on April 5th, retrograde until August 25th. And Saturn's going to be asking you, do you still want to do what you do, you know? How do you feel about what you do in the world? Do you need to look at it? Do you need to change your action plan? Is there more information you need before you can build that kind of, or take that career to the next level? So Saturn's kind of looking at that and bringing structure to your work life, what you do out there in the world. And if you work with it, I mean, there's tremendous success that can be had with Saturn there in your 10th house. You could really build something of really lasting value. We've got Pluto in your 11th house, which is also retrograding, and that's on April the 20th. And I feel like Pluto here is asking for some sort of a change. Maybe it's a change in terms of the acquaintances you have. You know, do you network with the right people that would be supportive to your success? Do you network with the right people? Do you need to put yourself out there a little bit more? What are your hopes? What are your wishes? Is there something you need to transform in order for you to get what you want? So these are the themes that are kind of starting now during April. But I feel in a way like you are, because we've got a full moon in your 8th house this month, there's quite a lot of psychic energy going on with you, with Neptune there in your 1st house and Uranus doing some interesting things. And we've still got that T-square going on. But I feel like you're really tuned into your psychic nature and to your higher self, and you're dealing with the resources, with the money matters, and when you're thinking about things to do with career. But I feel like you might be getting some insights from the cosmos, from the universe, from your guides, you know, from spirit, that will actually help you a lot. You might get some flashes of kind of brilliance, some really genius ideas. So on the 3rd is when Venus goes retrograde into Pisces, into your sign, and this is quite nice. But at the same time, like I said, there could be some healing to be done there in terms of relationship. It could be that somebody comes back from your past, an ex-love, and they come back to heal something. You know, maybe there's some forgiveness that needs to be had there, or maybe you lost trust or faith in love at some point, and that just needs to be healed. So there might be an opportunity for that. On the 5th is when Saturn goes retrograde in Sagittarius, and we just spoke about that. On the 7th, there is a really, really nice aspect, and that's the Sun in your 2nd house opposing Jupiter in your 8th house. And I feel like this could be a really, there could be some sort of financial blessing here. There could be something that just comes out of the blue, and it could be something to do with a female family member, something like that. Somebody being very generous to you, or you might get some sort of tax rebate or something like that, something to boost your finances. This is a really nice aspect for that. On the 8th, we have Venus in your sign squaring Saturn in the 10th house. So you know I said there's some healing to be done here. So this could be what it's to do with, you know. And so Saturn might be asking you to look at, you know, your relationship, not only with yourself or your romantic relationships, but also your relationship with what you do in the world. How do you feel about it? Does it represent you? Are you passionate about it? Do you love it? Does it value you? Are you rewarded well? Are you sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Are you valued for what you do? What's your relationship to the people that you work with like? So looking at that, that's something that's going to come up here. It might be that you find somehow that actually, no, you know, this isn't really, I don't feel as strongly about this as I used to. And I do want to change course. And if so, then there's energy here for like potential new business. You know, there's energy for a new business, or for you kind of maybe designing a product that could really take off, something like that. If you decide that actually, you know what, I'm not so keen on the path I'm going down right now. And the same energy crops up again on the 21st. So just be aware of that. On the 11th, we have a full moon in Libra in your 8th house, and that's conjunct Jupiter. This full moon does touch on some other harder aspects, but at the same time, I feel like this is like heightening your psychic awareness. And this is, you know, Libra is in your 8th house. Libra rules your 8th house, and that's anything that's deep and you know, psychological and intense. And so this could be quite an intense full moon, but you might be feeling really connected to source and to higher realms at this full moon. It might be quite a psychic full moon. There could also be some quite healing energy with this as well, actually. So I feel like there's a bit of healing going on there. Then on the 14th, we have a bit of an unusual energy. We've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in your 2nd house. This is where I think you come up with some sort of cool idea, or like a way of making money that is quite out of the box, you know, and it could just kind of come to you. And so this is really interesting energy. This is really fun, and it might be something that allows you to be self-employed and that allows you to be your own boss. So that's interesting. Then on the 17th. Did I just mention the 17th? I think I did. On the 17th, we've got the Sun there again in your 2nd house, and that's trining Saturn in your 10th house. So now, you see, you're getting breakthroughs with money. So there's that Uranus with the Sun in your 2nd house, so this is genius ideas and flashes of inspiration to do with money. And now Saturn is supporting you and saying, okay, well, this is the structure that we could build, you know, in order to maybe progress in your career or to expand your money. So that's really supportive as well. Then on the 19th, we've got the Sun entering your 3rd house of communication and short distance travel. You might start getting a bit busier now. You might find yourself communicating a lot more. Maybe whatever idea it is you've had, this new kind of business idea, you now want to start communicating with people about it and researching it and getting information. Maybe you're absorbing information, because the third house is all about information and absorption of it. So you could be really taking in a lot of information with the sun there. And then on the 26th, we have the new moon. The new moon's happening in that third house of Taurus. So with this new moon, I feel like you have a fresh perspective now on things. You've been doing a lot of thinking. You know, Mercury is still retrograde, but you've been doing a lot of thinking. You've been really evaluating things, and I feel like you're feeling like you could start a project. You know, I would wait until May the 3rd, you know, once Mercury's finished its retrograde motion, but you're starting to feel like you could start a new project. You could do something. You're having ideas as to what you can do on a practical level, and it's a good time. That's a good way to use this energy. On the 28th, we've got Venus re-entering your second house. So there could be some blessings that come in money-wise. There could be some support that comes in money-wise, and in terms of your resources. You've got a much clearer picture now in terms of how you invest, how you use your money, and in terms of the things you value. You know, I feel like it's all starting to come together now for you, which is really great. So this is a very, very interesting month for you, Pisces, and I feel like you're going to start actioning something very soon. You know, after all of this thinking and reviewing and reassessing, it feels like you're going to start really actioning something, some new idea that you have, and that's going to be really great. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, Pisces. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you would like a continuation of it, then feel free to purchase my tarot reading that I do on Vimeo videos, and the link will be below. And yeah, I really hope it's a wonderful month for you. For those of you, I just want to say, for those of you who are working and who are happy in your job, I still feel like there's support and energy and ideas as to, it could be like a side project, how to boost your income, or maybe you're looking at like how you can change things at work, or how you can get the most out of your position so that you benefit more, you know, because like I said before, Pisces can be very giving, but now it's about, you know, what do you need, what do you want, and what do you deserve? So I thought I'd mention that, because I've gone on about the entrepreneurial Pisces and, you know, the startups, and I didn't really mention those of you who might work for a company that you're quite happy with. So okay, then I just leave it on that note. So thank you so much for listening, Pisces, and I will see you again next month. Take care. Bye bye.